All right, Mr. H, this is the Chevy Camaro. We got it back from the shop here. So we have the water pump done, the oil pressure switch, catalytic converter, oxygen sensors, upper and lower radiator hoses, and the coolant flush. So I'm just going to do a quick look over for you on this. So we'll start with the water pump. I'm going to try and get the camera down there. It does show the water pump will be right here where my finger is. That does appear to be installed, so that looks brand new. Also, front O2 sensor right here where my finger is, that looks brand new. You can tell the new threading there. So then we'll glance up at the radiator hoses. I looked at this one, it's hard to tell, but there's the barcode for it. So just make sure this is the code that you have. So it's 0382446970. Yeah, supposedly, yeah, it looks like it might have been done. Hard to tell, but this was replaced, and then the lower radiator hose, right where my hand is, right there. So that was done. We'll go look at the catalytic converter. So they put in a universal one. Get underneath here, I'll show you the catalytic converter. It's that rusty thing right there. That's the universal catalytic converter that AJ put in. So it looks like he cut it. You know, you have to use a machine to cut it, and then he put the fittings on for a universal cat. So that's on there. The window, though, I think he had a hard time with this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but the tint got scratched up pretty good on the edge here. It was peeling. I told you about this. This, when it started acting up, you can see the... Let me see if we can get my hand there. The peeling, that was already like that, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's a scratch where my finger is right there, all down there. So all over here. It's hard to tell because the window was down in the regulator, in the slide area. And he didn't put the screw back in, so let me show you that. So there's no screw here. He didn't put the bezel in, so I don't know. I think it was that kid that was messing with it. Did something with that. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of shaky on this window because you go in the car here. And go in the car. And it's kind of sticks when you open the door. So I just got to be careful with it. So now I'm going to start it up and get the keys here. I'll start it up and you can listen to it. So we'll start it. So you can see I'm gonna roll the window down. Show you that it is working. I've had the car running for a while because I drove it back from the shop. I'll listen to the exhaust. I don't know, and I'll show you the oxygen sensors. Only looks like the one in the front here was replaced, but I'll show you the ones that were left. So So we'll turn this off real quick and then I'll go through the rest of this stuff. So one of the things that he said needed to be done to the car was the brake fluid. Your shop, Pep Boy, said that it was done through Carfax. So I'll try to open the fluid reservoir up there, and you can see it does look kind of brown in there. So let me get a... So, I don't know. So I don't know why they would report to Carfax that they did the brake fluid, because they showed on there. So you might want to check your receipts on that. So that's the brake fluid. Power steering, I know you can just siphon that out for the interim if I need to get that cleaned out. So over here, this was the antifreeze. It looks like you had 2 boxes with 3 in, so 2 were used. So just want to make sure that's correct. And then this is the old cat right here. So I know you said to make sure we get that back. So it's the old catalytic converter. So these are the 2 oxygen sensors that they were in the trunk. So there's one. So I don't know. It's the one, and then the other one in there. I don't know if he put it in or not, but this is the other one. The cap on. So now I'll go over to paperwork real quick. So he did the diagnose check engine light for $120, and then window regulator, remove, replace front parts, $290.40, and then the diagnostic for the window regulator was $120. Install catalytic converter, one-time fabrication, parts and labor, $536.49. Water pump, remove and replace V6, $277.20. And then radiator hoses, remove and replace both, $15.18. So he said green coolant flush, customer supplied upper and lower radiator hoses, driver's side, this is all parts. No warranty on customer supplied parts. Courtesy check, water pump leaking and radiator is empty. Radiator hoses OE soft. Rear output shaft seal on transmission leaking. Brake fluid dirty. Power fluid, steering fluid dirty. Transmission fluid dirty. Oil pressure switch appears to be leaking. But that's not on here, the oil pressure switch, so maybe... Yeah, he didn't put that on there, and let me just double check. And this is stuff that needs to be done. The brake fluid, $125.60. Propeller shaft, that was $143.30. Transmission oil pan gasket, that was $170.66. Transmission fluid flush, $199.50. Power steering flush, $133.20. Differential cover gasket, remove and replace. I think that's the fluid, $158.38. So that's one thing. He didn't. You gave him. I thought you shipped him out an oil pressure switch, and that's not showing on here. So just want to make sure that's correct. So that's all. Like I said, I just want to make sure that you see this so you know what was done to the car. I just realized that too. I don't see the oil pressure switch on here, but the invoice that you showed me is that you ordered that part. So if that's incorrect, just let me know. But that's what's going on with the car right now. I just want to make sure you knew.